who serve RTC and the community each day, and over 20,000 U.S. employees, I want to thank you for your partnership these past 19 years. I also want to thank you for your consideration during this process. As partners, together we have built the best system in the United States, with the highest fare box recovery, outstanding on-time performance ridership, and world-class innovation and service to this community. Veolia has been with you in the early days, in good times and in tough times. But we wouldn't be a very good partner if we didn't understand the current economic reality and address it in our bid. As Jeremy Aguero's consulting report confirms, there are two very different ways of doing business. One that's, quote, very ambitious in cost cutting, a euphemism for unrealistic, which is based on favorable labor negotiations, meaning on the backs of the employees. The other approach, Veolia's approach, protects this jewel of a transportation system by providing $6 million of private investment and over $14 million in revenue guarantees by growing this system with a 4% guarantee of ridership growth. Our proposal protects this system and looks towards the future, even in these tough times. And we back it with a history of performance and resources and a reputation that is second to none. We know that Jacob wanted this type of an approach, an innovative approach, that would provide a solution to the cost challenges you face. Both Veolia and FIRST can stand before you today and make promises. Both of us can promise wage increases, good benefits, maintenance, minority participation, and community involvement. But that's not what counts. What counts is the promises we made in our bid and how it's backed up by specific language, numbers, and dollars. That's what this contract will be based on, not what you hear today. It is also backed by each company's past performance and history with you. If each proposer promises good wages and benefits, do they have the money in the bid to back it up? If they say they're innovative and will deliver great maintenance and service and investment, do they have the money and the dollars to back it up? If you ask First Transit, have they ever bought a part for the Civis bus anywhere in the world? They haven't. This is the MAX service that we operate. Nowhere in this country are they buying parts for the Alexander Dennis or the Wright bus. Nowhere in the United States in these desert conditions. If they promise local minority participation and community involvement, do they have the history to back it up? If each proposal promised savings and efficiency, have we demonstrated in the past? Fortunately, you have had the opportunity to read our bids, have an independent consultant analyze our numbers, and most importantly, see us in action over several years. You have even had an outside auditor review our financials. We have been completely transparent with you. Wages are fair, but they're not rich. $13 an hour for a driver after a year with $16.47 average. Benefits are excellent. There's a night and day difference between our benefits and FIRST. But we believe it's the right thing to do. It keeps people employed and it keeps families together. Regarding investment, John English, who's the CEO of Salt Lake City Transit System number 3 in the country, said this in his letter to Commissioner Brown. Nowhere have I seen in my over 30 years in this business a proposal where the private sector is willing to commit its resources to implement a risk and reward model as did Veolia in its Las Vegas proposal. In terms of our community involvement and minority participation, that's what's made us the fabric of this community. And I want to thank Bill McLeod, who's sitting right there, who's been involved with this contract for 19 years for his leadership. In terms of savings to the RTC, you've heard about this budget this morning, and I understand the problem. I feel the pain. Literally, we feel the pain. Last year we had a 9% service reduction, and in addition to that 9% service reduction, which we absorbed 100% of that service reduction, we found over $1 million of savings and cost reductions that resulted in a break-even of this contract. In the meantime, paratransit shot up, you heard today, by 20%, $9 million increase in 1 year. What savings have been found? What innovation has been used to try to contain that cost? We believe that this is one of the most important decisions in this fixed system history. Much is at stake and much is at risk. There are clearly two different approaches and ways of doing asked Mr. Mendoza if his goal is to have the RTC take the service in-house, and if First Transit's failure would advance that goal. 2 years ago, in your last fixed route procurement, First Transit offered a similarly low bid, which was thrown out as non-responsive. We know that this price is wrong, the service is wrong, the outcomes for this world-class system is wrong. If you want to combine it with the paratransit service, it's a good idea, and it will put all the eggs in one basket, and there can be tremendous savings from doing that. But it has to be a level playing field, not where one bidder gets to bid on a combined service and the other bidder does not. And in fact, once the bid comes up for paratransit in a few months, that bidder will have the advantage that will foreclose other bidders from competing on a level playing field. We just ask in conclusion that Jacobs know that it's very clear that this bid shall not harm the employees. A new bid will ensure that that doesn't happen and make these competitors compete on a level playing field. We ask you to either change the scoring and correct it and work with Veolia as your partner for 19 years, or throw it to the bid out. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Honorable Commissioners, good morning. My name is Tom Vukolich. I live in North Las Vegas. I'm a proud member of the Amalgamated Transit Union. My words to you today, however, are entirely my own. For over 12 years, I have driven RTC fixed route buses around our valley. For 6 of those years, I served on the executive board of our local. After my years of service on the E-Board, I can truly say that Veolia's conduct in labor relations matters is characterized by an attitude of cooperation and mutual respect. When I heard that my work could be contracted away from my employer, I wanted to have a chance to discourage that. They did not call me, I called them. My reason is that over time they have earned my respect. My first loyalty, of course, is to my fellow workers, my brothers and sisters, but the Veolia company has also earned a good measure of my loyalty. Because my first loyalty is to my fellow workers, I am certain that Veolia is the best choice for Southern Nevada at this time. After all, ladies and gentlemen, only secure employees can grow our transit system. Only seasoned workers will provide the quality of service necessary to attract Southern Nevadans who have thus far avoided unemployment. Not to brag, but most of my fellow workers know and respect me. The overwhelming majority of them that I talk to, and I talk to many, believe that Veolia does not deserve any of the vitriol and bad press that has been flying around in some quarters as of late. As I told you a moment ago, I'm a proud member of the Amalgamated Transit Union. I believe with all my heart that organized labor is the bedrock of our American way of life. Regrettably, I must also tell you that today, I am ashamed of the actions of some in the leadership of our local. These few, or 2 individuals, do not speak for the vast majority of Southern Nevada's dedicated transit workers. 886 of us out of 1,000 have signed this petition. Will my brothers and sisters in support of Veolia, who are here in support of Veolia, please stand up. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.